do need to see some changes, right, Purge? I will refresh your memory. We had Keeper of the Light and Nyx Assassin banned first phase from a Viking previous game. We see them banning out OD this time around. I think the Shaker is on a lot of people's mind, though, Kevin.
It is, yeah. There was other aspects of the game I kind of wanted to talk about, but I didn't have enough time. And I think, like, watching over the game, Viking did a good job with the laning and the early mid-game stuff. And Batrider did a great job too. He's like 3-0 and 3, but the problem is that they had a couple missed ganks on Storm, and maybe their lineup was a little weak at scoring kills, maybe. And because Storm got out of a bunch of those, it just felt like they never really got to catapult into an advantage, and then their opponent's teamfight heroes were better. So it could be a play issue, it could be a pick issue. You can criticize it a couple ways. But as long as they play about the same, I think they're in a good spot. They certainly have the chance to still win the series, even though they're down one game.
Yeah, they had some good moments. They have identified that the Death Prophet was their biggest problem. Also, first pick goes this time around to Team Viking, which is why we see Secret ban out both Nyx Assassin and Keeper of the Light.
Indeed, but once again, Secret is Radiant, so I would imagine that
Secret's turn to pick.
I don't actually know what they would have chosen. And Nerd Spirit first pick, man, I have fallen into this trap myself drafting against Puppey. Something we obviously all know what like hero versatility can do. You see like, okay, oh, this Death Prophet, that could be here, that could be there. The problem with Earth Spirit is that not only is it locking you into a 4, but it's an aggressive style. It's a weak laner. You want to be able to make moves. And the worst thing my brother always said about playing Earth Spirit is that if you were in a game where you couldn't kill at least 2 lanes, you felt bad. This is not something you necessarily want to first pick against a really experienced team like Secret for that reason. Because they will not give you killable lanes. Summer, sorry.
That's an early Enigma pickup.
This feels like a prep strat for Viking GG, and that's the one counter argument to what Kyle's saying. Basically, is that I agree with what he said, but if this is your strat and you need Earth Spirit as a piece of it, sometimes you're gonna have to show it right away. And Enigma's already also a very clear, like, we're doing something, we're planning something here, switching it up. No more of those, like, you do a draft and you try it again to see if it'll work the second time. It's like, not in DPC League. These games mean too much. So you gotta have something special ready to go, at least for 2 out of the 3 games.
Explains also why they banned Death Prophet, because if they leave that, Secret pick it right here. It's excellent against Earth Spirit for reasons you already mentioned, and a great hero against the Enigma as well. Ghosts kill him even when he's channeling. And oh my god, first you give him the Shaker. Now it's Yepsor Rubik against Enigma. I see Purge is grimacing right now.
Realistically, though, this is the benefit of having maybe the best or one of the best 4s in the world, is that pretty much no matter what he picks, you're like, oh, I'm really confident in that Yepsor pick.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely. And that's true for a lot of the players on the side of Team Secret. So. Yeah. I mean, we know that this is an uphill battle, but I think if that first game showed us anything, is that Viking does have the presence of mind to make those strategic moves, to be on top of the movements of Team Secret, especially for the first 15 minutes. And I think that's the area where they need to find their advantage.
5 seconds.
They have potential. Like, they're not a bad team. It's just they're playing up against the Titan of Dota. Earth Spirit with Enigma, I've always liked. Because now you guarantee catch. Enigma's big weakness is you're basically, you push, you got Black Hole, but you want something, one, that plays with you in the laning phase that can help you land kills if you have Eidolons up, and that also lets you stay away. Like, same way we saw the Shaker DP, Enigma likes to play solo on lane, and Earth Spirit naturally wants to move around a bit.
You know what? Maybe we should add an extra ban.
I'm surprised. Why did we take the 3 bans from the first phase and put them in the second?
Why don't we have 3 bans in the first and 3 bans in the second?
Why do we 3 bans in all the phases?
9 bans.
We should get a ban.
What do you think, Purge?
I would say it limits creativity a little bit, and if you balance the game really well and most heroes are approximately like closer to each other, then having too many bans in the first phase is not as necessary. I feel like, because then it lets you just like push strats out of the way all the time.
But this is at the moment.
Team
Secret, they can't add the ban Nyx Assassin Keeper of the Light. We see everybody banning out the same heroes. Just have an extra ban to be the meta ban.
Or Dota Plus subscribers get to add, they get to vote for 2 bans.
Oh my god.
For all DPC matches.
No.
I see Kev nodding.
Valve can make money from this. Yeah. Just may do it.
5 seconds.
I really think we're onto something. And if you get Dota plus Platinum, you actually get to choose the first picks.
Nope. Nope. Not in my Dota
How much is Platinum? How much is
$50 a month.
That's not going to be fun. It's not fun to watch pro players play bad strats.
It's one hero. They're professional players.
Wait. Because with the bans, it would be like one ban for both teams, right? This is like banned by the community and then banned by the teams. Because if picks, you can't. Then you're all of a sudden putting one team in a disadvantage.
Am I in like an alternative universe here? What is happening on this panel? Why is Purge going along with this nonsense? Why am I the reasonable one?
I am not. I promise you, it's not going to be good.
Remaining.
It's not compelling. You don't want to watch like the reverse captains mode. That shit's not fun. Hey, let's watch two really bad drafts fight.
Oh yeah, I've played in some of those. They're not fun.
They're not fun to watch. They're not fun to play. People are going to pick pro teams techies. I'm telling you, as somebody who's done Midas modes, you got to be really careful. It's going to make not fun gameplay.
Jesus.
So
someday there will be a book written about those late night discussions between Slacks and Kevin about the integrity of the Midas mode economy.
Hey man, Midas Mode 3. There's lore behind there.
Oh yeah.
Someday.
Void Spirit, with Ember and Storm banned, there's only one left. Secret, take it immediately. It's real nice against both Earth Spirit and Enigma. It's just active. Enigma's weakest against High Reach. Void Spirit, some of the best in Dota 2. Look at the team fight. It's nice. I want to see Viking now set up for a fourth pick. I actually still really like SF. We could maybe see them go for the Lina like in the previous series, but against a Rubik Void Spirit, you're again really susceptible to just getting ran at and killed.
How likely is that Void Spirit moving?
It's definitely open. I'd say it's 70% mid at the moment. Okay. Although it is a really nice mid puck game too. That's the thing. And I feel like actually looking at Secret, it's more likely they're putting puck mid at the moment, but of course things.
Why do you think it's more likely puck mid instead of Void Spirit? Because I feel like Void Spirit's better here because he has more single target damage than puck does. Those first rotations, and I feel like that's a counter to Enigma.
Mostly just because puck doesn't ever fear Earth Spirit rotating mid, whereas a Void with assuming Viking pick a favorable matchup, like say it's SF as an example, you kill Void Spirit once, and like his game is just ruined. And you won't really be able to match the tempo over here like Enigma. You want a mid that's able to actually rotate and deal with a 6 to 8 minute necro Eidolon push, and if Void Spirit that's behind doesn't really do that very well if the enemy is already ahead and can match his move.
And speaking of necro bucks, wouldn't something like a beast? Well, actually, is it?
It's still up.
A beast master would be pretty nice against Enigma, and also gives you necro buck lineup, gives you push.
I actually think Puppy's playing this Void Spirit.
I think it's gonna be a 5 like Kuro's can do.
Now things might change a bit because puck against DK is very unfavorable, but it opens them up. Well, it's a nice match. It's definitely can't pick. I think it was Kevin who said like DK Enigma. This is something we used to do all the time, because it's a really high level yet easy to execute strategy that is kind of difficult to exploit because you always have win conditions. Kill towers, engage, just be black hole. Life's good.
DK does fine in both of these maps, right? Like he just doesn't die.
Oh yeah.
So it's harder to gank. And then you just rotate to beat frontliner for the tower pushes. You get Eidolons behind him. The way Enigma's a little bit more safe when you do these pushes. So
there's still the chance that neither puck nor Void Spirit are mid.
That's true.
Could just be the 5 and the 3, and yeah.
I love DK. It's an old man's throw. I've been playing mid a lot. It's like I still haven't lost a step on my DK. It's a real.
He's literally designed not to die.
I know.
Ooh, we got
get away with that
on the board.
Yeah, and
that also could be any link.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is so spooky. Like, how do you draft against this? Like, chat. What are the positions right now for these 4 secret heroes?
Yeah, but that's unfair because chat knows. They know everything.
But they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do because they're gonna get like 8,000 comments and one of them's gonna be right.
Exactly. It's the hive mind.
All right. Well,
Kyle, I got you a basketball reference. It's like when you do March Madness and everybody fell out of bracket, and one person that doesn't follow basketball always wins.
That's true.
Just like that.
My 7-year-old brother once won in a pool of 40. He correctly picked 15 seed to beat a 2. Wild
team back.
Right.
The Pango counter. I like this Viking draft. I gotta say. I don't know what the Enigma is at the moment, and I'm hoping they're not last picking the 5, but that is a possibility. It's a rather nice Grimstroke game, actually. Jeez, that's still up, right? I don't think you could ban it, I would imagine. God, is that a perfect Grimstroke pick?
Pango does have some solutions with the shard now, since he Magic Immune Ball, but definitely very good heroes against him.
Well, it's the Void and Puck as well. The fact of double DK stun, double Rupture.
Was that Ulker that we saw who got the Pango shard and then just kept getting slapped by Bloodseeker like around?
Yes, that was Ulker. He had a lot of fun with it. He was smiling as he died.
Yeah. I think it was pretty much over at that point.
It was absolutely.
10 seconds.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. We have Lycan banned now, so it seems like Viking is still wanting on the side of Team 6 to have a hard carry, which makes sense because so far all their heroes, yes, they're super flexible, but they're not very great at carrying anything late game. And the Grimstroke indeed banned.
That's why I love working Grit.
Team
If you see something you're like, hey, that would be a really good idea. They always think of it too.
Probably thought of it first, even.
I mean, if we can see it coming, they definitely can see it coming. Let's be really honest, guys.
They got eyes in the back of their heads. They see all the heroes all the time.
Team Secret definitely liking tower hitters right now. I think that explains the like that feels okay at hitting towers. Seems like they're worried about swarm stuff because their AoE is pretty limited right now. They've got like Blood Right and Breathe Fire, so any AoE stuff is scary for Viking. See what Secret finishes with. The Viking goes first. Could be Enigma support. They could be picking a support here. Secret anticipates the support to be picked.
Yeah, I like the Oracle and the Grimstroke bands. Like, yeah, you know, maybe let's go for something like a Witch Doctor, but that doesn't. You know, they already have their win conditions set on Viking. They wanted to finish with something that amplified them. You don't want a 5, even a Disruptor. It just doesn't feel good. You want something that doesn't have to worry about its own game, but rather makes it easier for your cores to play.
How about Lion?
Always
question marks across the board.
I like it when Save is laying it. I am not sure about this one.
It's just real squishy, and there's a lot of catch. Like Secret, look at these 4 heroes. If 2 of them decide to cast their spell on Lion, Lion is dead. It is rather nice, though, Bloodseeker with DK, and like, you have a bunch of damage.
But that's a big boy.
The dive hero. Just gonna run the back lines, and they can't really kill him. It's a very good Bristle game.
Yeah, they push the puck back to 5 because you don't want to play core puck against a DK. Voidspirit will have a free lane mid. Bristleback has a free lane top. The Eidolons do not have bonus physical resist, just magical, so the Spines will kill them in 2 or 3 tops. Yeah, I love Bristleback. Big fan.
Big fan, that's your final word. I'm curious about your final words, Purge.
I think Bristle's perfect for basically diving into the ME team and forcing them into a weird spot where they have to use spells in a less than ideal way. So I think Secret's going to play super high tempo and just pressure Viking GG constantly throughout.
How about you, Moxie?
I'm concerned about Vikings' amount of damage output. I think worries me, especially with bees coming into play and whatnot. So just you've got Bristleback. Interested to see which build is going to go. If he's going to go for that art build that we saw before, or the Eternal Shroud kind of thing. But either way,
yeah, Ags on Voidspirit is insane this game. Same with the Orchid. Anything he goes is going to be great. Nisha's going to have it all the time. Rune control can be big. If Viking want to win, they need to have a lot of pressure onto the Bristle lane. They've got to kill him with the Black Hole. They got to take the tower and shrink the map. And Lion can't feed. It's a lot of boxes to be.
Shrink the map and Lion can't feed. I don't think anybody should feed. That's that's bad. Don't feed in your pubs, not intentionally anyway. Let's find out this second game if Viking can bring it back to that third game, or if Secret is going to take the series 2-0. Let's head over to ODPixel and Fog.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, game 2 ready to go here between Viking and Secret. And Fog, we saw last game, Secret very much on their nightmare mode. Do you think Viking's going to be able to challenge them here in game 2 with the lineup that they have?
Well, they're playing in 2. We were looking at that little, right there. Look at that beauty. You have the Yapso Rubik. They picked an Enigma. That's always a fear. As soon as I saw the Enigma, I was like, Secret, snap picking this Rubik. No hesitation, they did. They have a good line. They can keep the pace, but if they start to fall behind at all, I feel very worried for Viking. And I'm also worried that the fact I don't feel like there's a good lane for Enigma at all. I think that's what Secret set themselves up with these picks.
Prepare for battle.
Pangolier, we saw during one Dream League tournament actually in particular, where we saw that hero just owns Enigma in the lane and throughout most of the game. Bristleback, same thing. It's gonna be tough for Toby just to sit, because he has to go versus either Zai or versus Matumba as the lane setup.
The next level play. The next level play.
Find out.
And I don't want them to fall behind at all, because once you start falling behind, as the panel mentioned, Bristleback, Voidspirit, Pango, all these heroes can collapse on you super quickly, and with a hero like Lion, your team fight's always going to be a lot weaker. You're really reliant on your 4 position and your offlaner to carry the team fights, because Lion, he's weird. He's more of this pick-off kind of hero. His Hex is really good this game versus the Voidspirit and the Puck, but Lion overall has always had that big weakness where your team fight's just extremely lackluster.
Yeah, and you can't help but sort of feel underwhelmed, right, by a draft that ends with the Lion pick.
That too. And it's non-traditional carries. I mean, Bloodseeker, I'm still gonna leave him in the non-traditional section because he's not this super late game kind of guy. He's really good in certain games, especially he's counter to this Pango and all that. But Bristleback compared to a Bloodseeker scales way harder. He also has the backup of other scaling heroes. So yeah, Vikings is just all about the early and mid game, and if they start to fall behind, I can see it being another dance by Secret.
And in that sort of sense, do you think for DK we're going to see like the Blink Dagger rush, and then Boom's going to try and start the fight? You sort of look at the heroes around the Bristleback. A Blink Dragon Tail stun could set up for the Vikings lineup to burst any of the other 4 heroes in the mid game.
Maybe. I think it all depends on how the laning starts for everybody. As Viking, all 5 walking up. Nisha will throw a Aether Remit down. Turret off them. They still connect the stun.
And the spike is there. Bloodbright does connect. But Aramis was on the mark. Yeah, with the roller button, they ended up needing that. With that connection at the boulder, they probably would have got him. And not in this situation.
Did anyone else skill anything that isn't necessary. No, okay. I want to make sure that no one skills like a DK stun or something, just ruins their lane. So at least that didn't happen. And Celery was like on the edge of the stun, so I guess Aramis wasn't gonna hit. Now we're gonna see which lanes end up being given. We're seeing Zai bottom. I think this is what I was talking about. Is the Enigma just has nowhere to go. So Pango, he's excellent in the lane versus the Enigma, and this is the setup that they're going for, an aggro pressure lane.
Well, we'll see how well Toby can play it down here. Otherwise, it could be one of those games where we do see the Enigma resigning to the triangle kind of early. If it is too tough of a time for him down here.
Just don't feed away too many of those Eidolons. He can do a good job in the lane as long as you just feed your Eidolons and make sure that the Air Spirit is near you at least at the start. Because once Zai hits like level 3, you just swashbuckle through the Eidolons and you get the extra hit, and you pretty much kill them.
Here again, Puppey. Now being a right nuisance for Celery. Sure that he's got to start the lane of salve down.
Smart way to approach lane is when you're doing an aggressive tri-lane is doing exactly what they did there. You know, the creeps don't aggro on the first wave, just beat the crap out of the support, and he already has to waste that salve as you talk about.
And as you said, you know, obviously having Zai down bottom against the Enigma is what Secret wanted, and that doesn't really sacrifice them anything up top. Like, this is more than a fine setup for Matu farming.
Yeah, they have to switch the lanes. But even now, it's like, it's not good for Viking either. The fact that they have to switch the lanes, like I was saying before, it's Bristleback's good versus Enigma. And Celery almost getting taken out there from the right clicks, 1 or 2 more, and he was dead. So this is going to be problematic for Toby, even up in this top lane. And Zai now already level 2 versus a double melee. He's got ways to play around this bottom lane. It looks really good for Secret. Celery just always at the risk of dying if he steps up at all.
Yes, he's dead. He is very, very dead. I mean, it does feel like that the game's going to be like that. Where can Celery sort of find his place in this laning phase of the line? Where does he go? What can he do?
There's not many places. He's gonna move bottom because he has to stick with the Bloodseeker. Maybe they can set up a kill onto Zai if he doesn't see it coming. He sees it directly coming, and he can play perfectly around it. I mean, Aramis is gonna have to be the one who breaks away. It's gonna have to be Lion and Bloodseeker bottom, and I feel like Toby's gonna get absolutely nothing. He's got 7 denies making Eidolons, but now he's out of mana, and the lane positioning is just in a spot where he's gonna get nothing. So they have to stack the lane. He's gonna have to just move. Puppey's moving bottom. His job is done. Great setup here.
She's even getting pretty aggressive onto Celery.
He actually went for it.
Yeah,
he died for it.
He's gonna get held in the blood bright. The boulder from Aramis didn't connect. And Zai, Fairy Fire. It's gonna keep him alive. I mean,
actually survived.
Pretty crazy that he did live there, because that was a rather wild move from Zai, just swashbuckling in on Celery when he knew that the 3 of them were down here. He did the math though. He was like, well, I know they can't kill me, and he was right. Actually able to walk away from it.
Puppey, get the orb. He'll be able to disconnect away.
Dire's courier.
I'm just watching Toby. His courier even gets. Dude, he's gotten like literally.
Oh no, not the courier.
And he loses his courier. That's what? That's 2 or 3 couriers? Yeah, 2 couriers then.
I mean, at what point does he sort of say, well, I'm just gonna go hit jungle creeps?
He can't. Yapster's gonna follow him. He can't go to the jungle. That's the problem. Him now being up here is just nothing. He's gonna get nothing. He can't go anywhere. They're gonna kill his Eidolons, and Yapster's just gonna follow him. They may have gotten a position now where Shad is getting something at least because he's not getting pressured as much. But now your Enigma is completely out of the game. The whole early game, and now his Eidolons again.
Oh my god!
All 3 of them. Don't deny it, but
this is definitely a rough start. Yes. You know, if we see sort of Toby able to pick up his game, this game, it's going to be quite the comeback of, you know, what has been yet his first 4 minutes of just nothingness for the Enigma. Secret completely shut it down. This is going to come in from Aramis, but Toby's dead. He's back to base for 10 seconds.
More from a fundamental.
I don't know how he's going to recover his game here.
I don't either. There's a huge creep wave up top that Aramis is fortunately at least going to get experience of. Matu's trying to push away. Tower actually switches to Matu. Okay. Okay, though. And he will at least get all this experience. Yapster is starting to beat on the tower a little bit there to get some extra damage, but I'll be thankful to get all that. To level 2 now on the Enigma at 4 minutes.
All right. So that wave on the tower definitely helped.
Puppey versus Celery. Off the mark with the orb. And we haven't done a chance to actually look at the mid lane, whereas the fortunate thing for Viking, at the very least, is Boom is doing very well in that matchup with his Breed Fire, reducing the damage.
Radiant's current
And the Bloodseeker's at least farming,
killed.
right? Shad with that movement, he is at least getting a good lane for himself, which they do need. They need to have a good early game.
That's
With the 1 rune, Puppy jumps over though, places a ward.
A
They'll be able
prize.
to secure 3 runes.
Nothing to your pile.
Hermes. We get this one.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Just kidding.
Pretty much Yap's mana boots done for Rubik. His bounties. I mean, so when you sort of look at this DK voice spread, do you imagine this is going to be a game where Boom's going to pretty stationary in this mid lane, waiting for Nisha to make moves across the map so he can just start hitting this tower as soon as possible?
At least at the start, yeah, but he's gonna have to be active. He's gonna have to do some other stuff. In the beginning, this is your heat map for a DK usually is just gonna be first 10 minutes in that mid lane. Maybe around 8 minutes you go toward one of the side lanes, but this is all just about him, about his game. And he's gonna be able to apply good pressure. Let's see how Secret does react. They're setting up right now for some runes. Nisha will be able to get that arcane, and they might actually go for. I've seen it a couple times where they do set up for the kill onto Boom, but I don't know if they have the hero or the actual damage to be. That's the DK at this point.
Vikings definitely going to have to keep a lookout though for Nisha maybe making moves on other lanes. Top lane. Diving in again onto Toby. There'll be a TP over front Stellary. Good slow here from Aramis onto the turret. Buys time for Stellary to come in with the stun. They're onto Timberman. Have they got enough damage to take him down? They do. Matthew will fall as Viking punish Secret for getting a little too aggressive underneath that top tower.
Much needed too. Toby now almost completely recovered. Still not in the place he wants to be as his Enigma, but almost level 5 now after that. He got most of those last 3-4 waves that were top pushing in. It's a decent salvage of what looked like it could snowball out of control very quickly. They do salvage at least first 6 minutes.
Stellary hanging around the mid lane, but sure. Unlikely to jump within range of the line as Stellary is just continue to make his way down to the bottom. Get that set up for Shad's Blood Right.
Aramis has TP ready, so he could set up down here. Aramis also has the Urn done on the Earth Spirit. No points in the Silence just yet. I think he probably wants to pick that one up at level 4 this game since he's playing versus Void Spirit, Pango, and Puck. That'll make his ganking a lot easier around the map. Right now, just chilling top until they maybe see an opportunity to go on bottom. May have to go kind of soon though. Zai's getting closer and closer to level 6. Once Zai hits 6, they can't actually make this aggressive move. He'll just counter all of it with the Rolling Thunder.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The mid Boom, he's already done quite a significant amount of damage to this tower. Yeah. The first round of the Elder Dragon form, he's coming in with the second round. As Nisha TP's in there, check for the enemy. He's also finding a DD. That'll certainly help his pressure.
Yeah, just keep hitting it. Keep hitting that mid tower. They can't kill him. Unless they have Rolling Thunder, they can't actually set up for him. That's the only way is if Zai was there. And Zai hit 6. Okay, now they might actually go for him here.
TP over.
Tango ult is online.
Boom. Already
Dyer's
stepping
top
right
tower
back
has
though.
fallen.
See how far forward he comes. Zai. Teasing with the Thunder, waiting to see if Boom oversteps the mark, but he won't. Boom plays it smart. He knows that Zai's off map and he doesn't want to risk any further pressure onto this mid tower for now.
Good read of the map there by Boom. They saw, I think they saw and they were aware that Zai did TP out of the bottom lane, and that's the only damage that they could have on the side of Secret to kill a DK. So a great read of the map by them. Split up right away. Boom gets right back to his place. There is still the 3 heroes.
They're still looking.
On him.
They're going to see if they've got the control, and they've found that perfect position around the step of the Boom was nice sidestepping. Mass TP's coming in. Boom, he's low, but he's not going to quite fall. The Astral Step comes in along with the Stimulate. Finally, they get him, but Nisha has had to put himself in a very deadly position to get that kill, as Nisha will go down in return. So they're getting Boom, but Viking, a solid setup, and Boom, some sweet little moves there to mean it takes Secret quite a bit of time to actually kill him.
But they bring 3 people. They bring everyone. The other 2 side lanes are abandoned. Matu and Puppy both just farming during it there. And they look at the gold advantage just goes up for them because of that downtime. Just everyone having to rally to try to protect their DK. Still does go down. If he lives there, that would be huge. Now he does have his DK form up. He's making the way toward bottom, but the Secret's responding. They're going to have Rolling Thunder in 15.
Dire's top tower.
Dragonfall Puppy looks for Puppy, but quick phase shift. Dodges the Dragon Tail. Nisha and Zai come into the backline. They take out Celery.
Zai's ult is going to be up in 5 seconds. They're trying to look to fight this again here to stay on Secret.
Starting to slow down Boom. Beginning the preparations for the dive. Zai is in. He's got that angle. A couple of bounces in onto Boom. Also onto Hammer's coming in. Boom. He's getting low, but Zai hits him once more with the Thunder. Smooth moves from Zai, set up for an easy fight. The Secret to run them down one by one. Toby can drop the black hole onto the 2 of them. There's no damage follow-up though. Puppy and Matthew still alive. Shad's going to try and come in for the cleanup. A lot of quick spray stats on Toby. He's got to back up. Shad just ends up exploding on the front. So both Matthew and Nisha's damage output as Celery and Toby, they've got to run. They're trying to get out of there. Matthew starts to lay down the goo. Puppy's got the coil. Locks down the 2 of them as Nisha just dives in and finishes up the cleanup.
Wow. Spellcasting at its finest again, and Secret just pushing it. Pushing and reading the plays that are coming. The Pango ult was coming back up. They understand exactly where the aggression is going to come. When DK shows himself bottom, he can't go anywhere else. So Zai's just going to follow him around for what seems like the rest of this early game. DK goes mid. Watch Zai. Look at the Pango. Immediately running toward mid to set up with Rolling Thunder and go for these kills. This is just, again, Secret just knowing exactly where to be and knowing exactly what to do on those places of the map versus what Vikings got so far. And now Viking, like they're trying to set up for bottom here again. We might see Boom even make the way toward bottom, but the Rolling Thunder is just, the frequency of it is too fast. They can set up for these quick plays just a little bit better than Viking is. And Chad is very far through the tower right now.
Over he goes, lift up from Yapsel. Heads over towards Aramis. Aramis is going to struggle to provide any backup. Chad's trying to run. Oh, Yapsel! The stolen rupture. I mean, you can see, I think Chad was as incredibly surprised as he's suddenly like, hang on, I'm bleeding as well. He's dead. Mid lane. Puppy's got the setup with the coil. A quick move from Secret from bottom to mid lane. Yapsel picks up the double. We saw sort of this outplay come out in you know, what was it, about sort of 25 minutes into the first game. Here, already at 12 minutes in, we are starting to see Secret outclass Viking.
It's just really, I mean, I hate gushing over it like this so much, but it's perfect moves. Like, just no hesitation at all, and they're just reading exactly what Viking wants to do with the game, and just they're a full step ahead of them in every single one of these situations. Matu has,
I mean, look at his
Eternal Shroud nearly done after the Vanguard and the Soul Ring. He's massive, and we've already been seeing the damage issues coming out for the side of Viking. Puppy, he walks in just to mess with Shad a little bit. And now it's probably so scary to even look to want to make any move on the side of Viking. Now the 3 moves that you tried to make aggressively have been completely stagnated by Secrets. Gonna make it really hard for them to do much of anything. Celery trying to secure their woods for now for Boom to get his Blink Dagger so they can actually have a shot of being able to kick off the fights, but already 6k deficit is gonna make it incredibly hard even with that.
I mean, yeah, that is the thing. Yeah, as you say, he's gonna be jumping into, I mean, probably imminent death unless they can really find Secret in a position where one hero is completely isolated. But as we've seen so far, that just doesn't tend to happen for Secret, right? They don't leave themselves open to being jumped in the manner that Vikings need to be able to give their squad a chance in this game.
Yeah, Aramis is in a good position here. He actually gets a decent connect onto Zai, immediately lifted and tossed away though, and won't be able to connect with another slow. Again in position.
Secret's still coming in.
Really nice spot too, but oh, Toby.
He's looking pretty dead. Zai clips him with the swashbuckle, sweeps around with the thunder. There's no escape. And there's another kill for Yapsel, diving in for more, rupture down onto Celery. They're trying to run Viking, but Puppy been able to lock them down with the Dream Coil. Niche is in, easily dodging the Blood Bright with the Dissimulate. Step over onto Shad. Shad to go down. Boom's getting played around at the side. It's getting messy. 15 to 3. 14 minutes in, 8k lead. There's still a lot of towers on the map, but one more fight like this, and we may see the G's being dropped.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Wow, I mean, they're here just well and brutally taking complete advantage of this Enigma, as Toby just unable to do literally anything in this game. From minute one,
Dire's middle tower
bottom of the net worth for the core is below every single one of Secret's heroes too. Secret just knows exactly how Viking wants to play, and they're in their head.
That should help.
I don't know what they do. Well, what do you do in this position?
Dire's
you've got to be. It's probably that stage where you pick up a smoke, you go all in around the DK, and see if you can get some sort of kill.
This Matsu's unkillable. Matsu can just run up any high ground with no fear.
Puppy just goes in. He just leads straight in. He is not scared at all. Coral down onto Celery. Shad just getting jumped by Nisha and died. Shad's dead.
Dire's middle tower.
So Celery, it's falling apart completely for Viking.
Even gets the lift. He's got the Hex follow-up, and now they're going to be able to get another. He might even throw on him too. There you go.
Secret playing at the classic sort of 110% here. And we know that they can they're bringing it here in this series. And Viking, I mean, it's, again, this is a tough series, and they already had a rough one. It's already 2 series here at this league that Viking have definitely been hit hard in.
Dire's top tower is under
this one, I don't feel like they can even do anything anymore. This one just, everything fell apart way too quickly.
I mean, look at it's just in Yapso and Poppy. They're on track to overtake the farm of Boom and Shad. One more fight and they'll be ahead. Secret will have the top 5 in net worth.
And there's just, this was a full early game draft too. That's the thing. It's like, it's a DK and a Bloodseeker. So if you're losing this hard in the early, there's no hope to come back.
Dire's top
and your Enigma is completely countered, as
attack.
we've mentioned ad nauseum in this. There's no hope. There's no real hope. They're smoked around trying to look for something, maybe. But see if they can get Nisha.
If they can, they're dropping the finger, everything into the side. But he's got a haste for him. He's able to just step out to the side, and he's ready to sweep back in onto Boom. Boom's dead. Ties in with the chase.
Stolen finger, why not?
I think that letter G on the keyboard's probably looking very appealing right now for Viking to sort of end the pain.
Yapster has a charge of finger and Celery does not.
Oh my goodness.
Insult to injury.
Oh no. Oh no.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm speechless at how. I mean, I don't know if it's just if it's only just Secret being
Dire's
that
middle tower is under
amazing
attack.
and just knowing exactly how Viking's gonna play, or if Viking just
Radiant's
didn't be clever enough.
Under attack.
They just it's everything is just read like a book for Secret. Puppy and the boys just moving from lane to lane, moving from kill to kill, moving to fight. Phenomenal. Love me some clean Dota. Aramis, you can get the steal.
He's going for the steal. That's what he's playing for.
Over.
Let's see if he can do it.
The fight's going to be pretty much impossible for them, but can they steal?
He's going to have to go soon. He's not. Oh, he's in. It was close. He tried. It was close. Actually getting in the foot before the Aegis was picked up. And wasn't able to grab it himself. Boom's committed in with the other Dragon before they get the Black Hole down onto the 2. They have managed to catch both the claws. They will get the kill on Tanisha with this. But of course, no way of killing off the man. They stole the Black Hole from the outside.
Sure, why not?
I mean, why not? Why not do so to close it up? 25 to 4. Where was he? Was he?
Zai just rolling thunder bounced him for 8 seconds. The entire duration of the fight.
I mean, he's smiling. Zai always got the tongue out as well.
They're having a good time, for sure.
It's a rough one for Viking. This is a
Dire's top tower has fallen.
tough one. Still some smiles there with Aramis looks like he's trying to keep the spirits up there for Viking. They know that this is
Dire's
quite
middle
the
tower
position
is
they're
under
in, but
attack.
you know, well, why not go out with at least a few more bangs, a few more attempts here at a fight. You know the sort of the cards are against you here against Secret, and here we go. Smoke up, smiles all around.
Get Poppy, just get Poppy.
That's what I want to do.
That's gotta be
find Poppy, kill the puck.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That's their goal. If I can get a kill here, this is going to be a win for them. They know that's all they want. They just want one kill
Dire's
here.
middle tower has fallen.
Are they going to be giving it though, Celery? They're all sticking together. They've got the one ward right there on the high ground.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Who's it going to be?
Precious bounty.
Not looking to be on track to find anyone.
Dire's bottom tower
Just wait, they'll
is
find
under
one.
attack.
Oh, they want just one.
A prize.
Someone will TP for their whole. Oh, it's Cash. Okay, they put a nice juice.
All right, hey, there it is. Smiles, look at that. They love that. Chad's like, all right, that's a win right there. That is a win right there. Get those stats. And the ancients as well. Look at that. And their birthdays and Christmas coming at once. Yeah.
Oh, poor them. I love it though. I love it. You know in the
I love this smile. And it's still the contrast. Well, meanwhile, on Secret, Puppy's like, we must win this game. Yeah, sure.
Let the world
Do not buy whatever they got, Puppy. They've all
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, there we go. There we go. I mean, they know it. They knew it. It was a tough one for Viking. They go out with some smiles. Secret. They got business as usual there for Secret. Some smiles there. Nisha, I mean, the rest of them in full focus mode. Puppy actually losing a few inches during that game.
Puppy actually hides the bottom of his mouth so you can't see that he's ever smiling, just in case. You know, you gotta just
That's
how he's feeling.
He had a smile on there, but he's like, oh, my brand, my image, terrifying fighter, must be protected. As well, there we go. There we go. 2-0 here for Secret Fog. Game 1 looked pretty clean, and then game 2 just looked pretty unfair. It just didn't look like Viking had a chance. They knew it to the end. They were having a bit of fun on the way out against Secret. I think, you know, as any sort of team when you're playing against Secret and then they're in this sort of form, you just kind of know that the game is, as it has been many times before against the Secret roster, is pretty impossible after a certain point.
Yeah, you know, they tried to, like you said, they tried to make some fun out of it toward the end. It looks like they were at least smiling in horrible defeat.
Only on the outside, you know, on the
outside.
Hey, you know, it's against Secret. As Viking, they're definitely having to pick up themselves as this league goes on. They're in this series where they've had tough matchups. This one definitely the toughest here, as Secret beat them down pretty hard and pretty confidently, 2-0.
Indeed, that was a rough one for a Viking fan.